viewers, welcome to the Editorial Analysis by Drishti IAS. In this section, we regularly take editorials from various newspapers and news portals for a better understanding of various issues happening in India and around the globe. In this section, we first try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus, then we go analytical in order to understand some key points and at last some important concepts. Dear viewers, we truly hope that you like this initiative taken by Dristhi IAS and your feedbacks are important for us. So please feel free to give your important feedbacks in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's commence the session.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
Today's editorial is taken from Indian Express, published on 6th of October 2020. The title of today's editorial is Goals and Penalties. If we summarize this editorial, we will see that a real Facebook Oversight Board is being formed by some activists as an attempt to put some pressure on Facebook to act against fake news, misinformation, etc. But the chances are that this initiative might not work. If we try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus, we can link it with GS paper 3, which has technology, economic development, biodiversity, environment, security and disaster management. Some key points of today's editorial. Now, Facebook and many other products of Facebook such as Instagram and WhatsApp. It is being said that these platforms have been regularly used to manipulate election and to spread misinformation. In order to put a curb, in order to control this misinformation thing, Mark Zuckerberg in November 2018 declared that an oversight board will be established. The purpose of the oversight board will be to look over the appeals of the posts which have been flagged by users, removed by the algorithm or by the mediators. The severe limitation of this largely internal mechanism has led a group of civil society activists, including Facebook's former head of election security, to form the real Facebook Oversight Board to hold the company to account as the US elections take place. Now, there are several limitations which have been quoted by the members of civil society, and some of the members of those civil society, those activists, they have come together and they have formed a new board which is known as the Real Facebook Oversight Board. The major reason why this board is established is because the US elections are about to come, and like all of us know, that during the last US election, there were allegations that a data analyst company known as Cambridge Analytica has played a major role in the Trump's win. Now, before we move ahead, it is quite important for us that we should see that what exactly Facebook Oversight Board. Now, students, please don't get confused here. We are talking about two boards here. Number one, the Facebook Oversight Board. It was declared by Mark Zuckerberg in November 2018. The other one is Real Facebook Oversight Board, which got established on 25th of September 2020. That is last month. Okay. Now, what exactly Facebook Oversight Board is? Now, it is an entity that makes content moderation on Facebook. So, this board will do what? This board will actually moderate the content which is posted on Facebook. The board will handle appeals for blocked or removed content. For example, sometimes it happens that a content has been blocked or a content has been removed. So what happens? The people who have actually posted that content, they raise an appeal. So this board will actually handle all such appeals. The board was proposed in November 2018 by Mark Zuckerberg, and the first members of the board were announced on 6th May 2020. That means this year on 6th May 2020, the board members were announced by Facebook. There will be a total of 20 members in the board and they will serve a term of 3 years. Also, Facebook has allocated a fund of $130 million to the board. Some important members who have been elected into this, they are not elected, selected into this, they are Sudhir Krishnaswamy from India, who is the Vice Chancellor of National Law School of India University, and the other one from Asia is Nighat Dad, lawyer and internet activist from Pakistan. Now students, if we speak about the Facebook Oversight Board, we have to see this thing that this board will also serve like Supreme Court for content moderation. Whatever is decided by this board will be taken as final. When this board will start running, the board will hear appeal from users who believe that their posts have been removed in error and will either uphold Facebook's original call or reverse it. That means, for example, if due to the algorithm of the website, if one particular post is being removed, and a person raises an appeal, so this board will exactly, what will be the role of this board? This board will review the entire situation and they will give a decision. Now that decision will actually uphold Facebook's original call, or there are chances that it might reverse the Facebook's decision. Inevitably, the board will take some action that Facebook itself disagrees with, and from that tension the board will derive its legitimacy. Now people are saying, there is one very important concern here. People are saying it is a board which is actually appointed by Facebook. So how can you say that this board will be completely legitimate? So answer to this situation is that this board might take some actions which are against Facebook, or Facebook actually disagrees with those actions or those decisions which are taken by the board, and by this we can say that the board will actually be legitimized. Now there are so many specialities, there are so many good things associated with this board, but however there are several concerns which are associated with it. Now I'll raise a couple of concerns here. Number one, only 20 people are there in this board, and we know that Facebook has a fan base, or you can say a user base of around 2.37 billion people. So how these 20 members will actually moderate such a huge user base? Number two, now this announcement was made in November 2018, and even today it is not operational. The board has clearly mentioned that we will be operational only after the US elections. Once the US elections are over, only then this board will start working. The third thing, the oversight board, it has admitted that it will take up to 3 months to make a decision. That means if somebody raises an appeal and it comes to the board will take maximum of 3 months in order to make a decision. Now 3 months is a very long time. Okay, so you have to see this. So guys, this was something about the Facebook Oversight Board. Now let's come to the second one, the real Facebook Oversight Board, which is formed by activists. A group of experts numbering 25 from academia, civil rights, politics, journalism announced on 25th September that they have formed a group to analyze and critique Facebook's content moderation decisions, policies and other platform issues to the presidential election and beyond. Students, the main concern of the real Facebook Oversight Board is with reference to the presidential elections that are going to happen in the month of November in United States of America. Primarily, according to the members, an oversight board is needed around this time of election, as a lot of misinformation and propaganda find their way into social media via political campaigns. Now, the people, the activists of this board, they are of this opinion that during the time of election, a lot of misinformation and propaganda, it is spread via social media in the form of a political campaign. So their attempt is to stop this particular propaganda. So you have to put some control, you have to curb misinformation, you have to curb propaganda. This exactly is the idea of the real Facebook Oversight Board. Now, these people of the real Oversight Board, they are of the opinion that if some immediate action is not taken, then chances are very high that it could lead to a risk on the US democracy. The real Oversight Board mentioned that it respects Facebook board. They have told, the real Facebook Oversight Board is saying that we totally respect the Facebook Oversight Board appointed by Facebook. But they also fear that the review of content with 90 days turnaround will do nothing to prevent the subversion of the selection. Now they are saying the Facebook Oversight Board, they have said that they will take 90 days in order to give their decision. They are of this opinion that in 90 days, if some misinformation or propaganda is spread, it will do its work, and probably after 90 days, if the board decides that the content is to be removed, then it will not serve any purpose. So they are saying that the Facebook Oversight Board has to work on the duration as well. It is to be noted that real Facebook Oversight Board members will not be getting any compensation, no salaries. Okay. Now, basically, there are three demands which are made by the activist board, or you can say the real Facebook Oversight Board. Number one, introduce a policy against inciting violence. Any post either on Facebook or Instagram or Facebook, okay, or WhatsApp. They are saying that introduce a policy. There has to be some policy for against inciting violence. Number two, ban ads that mention presidential election results before the official announcement. They are saying that people, actually these platforms, they have to ban any of those ads which are mentioning presidential elections results before the official results are out. No one can make any such announcements. And number three, label posts about the election results as untrue and premature before the results. Now you must have seen many posts that are coming up. Okay, so they are saying all those posts who are actually showing their results, that this might be the election results, these posts, they should be labeled as untrue and premature. Okay, so these are some of the demands that is made by the real Facebook Oversight Board. Now, we are talking about the US election, risk to the US democracy. What exactly was the concern? Okay, we'll just see. US president election controversy. Okay, now we all know that there was a company known as Cambridge Analytica. Now it was an analytics company, and it is said that they have a hand in assisting with Donald Trump's victory in the US presidential election 2016 by using unethically gathered data to manipulate voters' behavior. Okay, so this was the entire controversy about Cambridge Analytica. Okay, now what are the things that are required to be done? Quite a few of the members of the real board are leaders of Stop Hate for Profit campaign. Now real board, when I'm saying the real board means the board which is formed by the activists, and it is to be noted that some of the members of the real Facebook Oversight Board, they are the member of this campaign, hashtag Stop Hate for Profit. Now what exactly this hashtag Stop Hate for Profit campaign was, we'll just see about this. Stop Hate for Profit campaign. It is a diverse and growing coalition that wants Facebook to take common sense steps to address the rampant racism, disinformation and hate on its platform. Now it is a coalition, okay, that wants Facebook to take some steps in order to address the problem of racism, disinformation and hate on its platform. It includes thousands of businesses as well as some of the most prominent civil rights groups and non-profit organizations such as Color of Change, Common Sense, Free Press, LULAC, Mozilla, NAACP, National Hispanic Media Center and Sleeping Giants. So guys, this was something about Stop Hate for Profit campaign. But in Facebook's case, it is important to understand that human monitoring of the sheer volume of data produced by users is next to impossible. I told you this thing, that 2.37 billion are the users of Facebook, and to monitor such a huge number is next to impossible. And the algorithm that keep users hooked like profit motive are amoral. And also the algorithms which are actually used, you can say that some of those algorithms are also immoral in nature. Oversight, external or internal, will only make a real difference if it imposes pecuniary penalties, not PR ones, and forces a change in the goal of the algorithm itself. Now, the real difference will only come when Facebook will start imposing some great penalties on the people who are actually found guilty. They should not be focused upon making a PR one, okay, public relations, improving their public relations. No, there should not be any PR campaign. What is wrong, okay? And also, they have to focus upon one thing, that they have to make an algorithm such that any such posts which spread propaganda or fake news or misinformation, it should be handled very smoothly and easily by the algorithm itself. So students, this was with today's editorial analysis. Now today's question is, critically examine the impact that the advent of social media has had on Indian society. So students, I hope you liked today's video. Thank you very much.